Dad. Do we have a comment policy for our videos? Do we, Dad?
Well, son, since these videos are intended for a G-rated audience, we don't publish any comments that include four-letter words. After all, we're only cartoon characters.
Why not, Dad? What's wrong with the use of swearing? Swearing can often be useful to express strong emotions. Isn't it right, Dad?
On the contrary, son, the use of swear words often indicates a poorly developed vocabulary. If you have a well-developed vocabulary, you should be able to express your thoughts without using swear words.
That's what Miss Shebu, our teacher at school, always tells us. But Billy says that she's just an old.
Shebu, what did I tell you about using language like that? But that illustrated my point quite well, son. There should be no need for the use of words such as that. If Billy worked harder at school, he would have a better vocabulary and wouldn't need to swear.
Sorry, Dad. But what about spelling? Is spelling important too?
Yes, son, if you can't write using proper English, you probably shouldn't bother leaving a comment. Texting English may be acceptable elsewhere, but not here. Sorry. That's just the way it is.
Okay, Dad. I guess Billy is just out of luck. But what about opinions that we don't agree with? Do we publish those?
We sure do, son. That's part of living in a free and democratic society. We publish all comments, even if we don't agree with them, as long as they're not nasty. That's what living in a democracy is all about. The freedom to express opinions, even if others don't agree with them.
You mean, like Billy, when he's on the losing side at hockey, starts calling us a bunch of... And...
My point precisely. Name-calling, nastiness, and an inability to discuss issues in a mature manner are just indicators of immaturity. If you are at all mature and intelligent, you should be able to respond to the opinions of others in an intelligent way, one that does not involve name-calling or nastiness.
Like in the US, Dad? Like those political commentators on Fox News and talk radio? The ones that like to get down and dirty.
Precisely, son. Here in Canada, we like to think we conduct our debates with more civility and intelligence than in the US.
But do we? Do we, Dad? Are we able to express contrary opinions in Canada without being called names or being subject to personal attacks? Are politicians in Canada more mature than in the US, Dad?
Well, we used to like to think so, son.
But Dad, what about all those Conservative Party attack ads that we see on TV? What about them? Don't they make Canadian politicians look just as bad as those in the US?
Well, yes, perhaps you're right, son. Perhaps they do. But we all hope that the Conservative Party will begin to see the error of its ways and realize that those attack ads reflect poorly on them.
So Dad, you're saying then we'll publish all comments on our videos, as long as they are made in an intelligent and mature manner, use proper English, and don't use swear words? Is that right, Dad?
Yes, that's right, son.
Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome, son.